that works. I get myself. Backgrounds. Yeah, okay. That's my computer making that sound. And maybe lower this. Maybe it won't make that sound anymore. Or at least have it lower. That link works. Okay, it does. Probably gonna get started in like 2 minutes here. Just wanna see if I can get some people to show up. I'll close that. What up, Garrick? Tell me if everything like sounds good, by the way, with the mic and stuff. It's kind of near my computer, so you might hear it a little bit. I don't know if there's anything you tell me. Sounds fine. Awesome. Thank you. Glad to hear. And first name basis. I mean, your name's a mouthful. It's like 4 syllables. So is mine. So most people call me by my first name too. Yo. Yoshi. Okay. I'll wait like 3 more minutes before I start, because some people might just pop up. If I know your first name, I'll call you it. But if you want me to call your tag, I mean, I'll just call you your tag. Also, how's this graphic look? I spent about the better half of 30 seconds making this look cool. And I do have webcam. It'll be on when I actually like switch to the browser. And it looks pretty good when I tested it, so should be good. What up, Silo? Okay. Oh shit, we're popular. We got 6 people. Let's go. Let me switch over to the screen so you guys can see me. Font looking good. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I kind of want to leave it up there a little longer. Like, you guys won't be able to see me, but... Like, come on. Like, come on. It's pretty good, right? We'll go back. Yo Johnson. The, biking instant overhead. Alright, what do we got, like 8 people? Yeah, I'll wait one more minute before I go into who I think is going to win CEO. It sounded a bit low. I could definitely... Okay, so you tell me. I could turn myself up a little bit, right? Tell me if that makes, like... Because my mic's a little close to my computer, and I know that's, like, kind of wafting sound over. Tell me if that, like, makes it worse. Because I just turned myself up a little bit now. I'll do it a little bit more. Tell me if that's, like... Not good or good. Alright, later, Garrick. Miserable? Do I look miserable? Nervous, but definitely in a good mood. Sounds good? Okay, great. Like good as in better than before when I turned it up? Thank you, Jay. I feel like I didn't do everything right, but no one's complaining yet. Besides that it was like a little low and I turned it up. So, sound good to me. A little bit of room tone. Yeah, I can't help it, you know. Unless I turn my computer off, then, you know, the noise wouldn't happen, but also the stream would be off. Fridge in the mirror isn't going to hurt you. The fridge? You think it's a fridge, dude? You know, like in my kitchen? There's like clothes and stuff in there. Yeah, in the dresser, yeah. That would take an expensive mic. This mic is like pretty... I don't know, I could just move this real quick. Show you the mic. The setup's like kind of whack, but like... The mic's like pretty expensive. I bought it like 2 years ago or so. It's like pretty like good quality. I can like adjust a bunch of stuff, but it's like the computer is right here. Like it's right on top of it, so that's why it can't like, you know, filter it out. Even with like the pop filter and the fact that it's high quality, it's right there. It's just gonna pick it up. Yeah, Klob and Bozo. Bozo's were surprising me. I knew Klob was gonna go because CEO is like in his state, you know. So traveling's a lot easier for him. He doesn't even have to fly. If you list yourself as the favorite, you'll sound like a jerk. Yeah, I'm very aware that I'm in this bracket, so I don't know how I'm supposed to place myself. I guess honestly, is how I'm gonna go about it. Right? I'll just do what I think. But I'm also not gonna try to jinx myself. I know I'm in this, right? And it's like next week, so you know. All right, I think I'll just get started here. Let's start with this. Okay. I'll start with the earlier poll. I just happen to be in it. 4 p.m. Let me know if you guys can see everything clearly. And I'll get started. I always love looking at the projections, but like, I'll look at it for like 2 seconds. Okay. But I want that to like, you know, guide my thoughts. I just wanted to take a look. Looks fine? Okay, great. Alright, I'll just start. So, I'm actually not familiar with the match I'm going to have to play. in round 2. I don't know Hirabashi or To Beat Conductor. I like his tag, but I'm not familiar with either of these players. I'm assuming that they're new, and that's how that will go. Actually, I think I should leave the projection up only to see like how the matches will probably end up. I know Clint. He was at what tournament was Clint at? I want to say it was Frosty. Yeah, I think it was Frosty. Super old school. I actually don't remember who he plays, but I know I talked to him at least Frosty. If not, it was like a different tournament. But I talked to him, so I do know who he is. It says here he'll beat 2 Blues. Now, if he's old school, then maybe he's got it. But like 2 Blues plays 2B, and like old school players, I think, yeah, like you're saying, Jay, like old school players and 2B, I think they don't mesh. I think that character tends to get through people. I move down here into more interesting stuff. We have Legit going through basically to fight me in top 16. And then we got Dime here. Legit versus Dime is like Sig? Okay. You play Siegfried? Okay. Now, yeah, exactly, Jay. I feel like we're gonna agree on a lot of stuff. I'm not entirely convinced Legit beats Dime. Now, Dime plays like 3 characters. I don't know if he can beat with all of them, but I know he has a Voldo main, and a secondary Geralt, and a secondary Setsuka. All of which I fought at least in ranked, and they're actually like all pretty like strong. Obviously, I would assume the Voldo would be the way to go, because Dime is like a legacy Voldo player. According to Rids, who is a very reputable source because he plays Legit and Dime offline, says they're about 50-50. So I'm gonna say that whatever this prediction says is like fine to agree with because I can't really call it. I think Dime's a strong player. He doesn't compete super often, but he's been competing for way longer than Legit. So I won't be surprised if Legit takes it. I won't be surprised if Dime takes it. As opposed to like, any of these other outcomes, I think this is probably generally how it'll go. We say Legit or Dime makes it here. In all honesty, I think I probably make it to top 8 winners regardless of who wins that, and then whoever goes to top 8 losers from there will probably make top 8, from the loser side, because I think Legit and Dime will both, do fine on the loser side here, but we'll have to see who actually goes to the loser side. So we'll move down a little bit further here. We have Party Wolf, one of the favorites, to just make it straight through. I think NG Obscure is definitely going to be an interesting match to watch. I know he plays Geralt and only Geralt. So that'll be interesting to see, definitely, because I also intend to, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway. I intend to play Geralt against Party Wolf, so I'll definitely be interested to watch how Obscure, handles going against Party Wolf. I assume Party Wolf will win that, more experience in Soul Calibur 6, and experience in general, I think, and just a very, very strong player overall. Probably just going to play Cassandra through this and just, beat most people. Breadmaster down here with Giraffe. Ooh. I'll definitely be really excited to see Breadmaster and Giraffe fight. My assumption is Breadmaster will win that. I think it'll probably be a really good match, but I think Breadmaster's maybe just a little bit more solid than Giraffe. Also, has a little bit more experience. Setsuka's the stronger character, in my opinion. But I don't exactly know how the matchup between Kilik and Setsuka goes. I think Kilik is a bit more explosive. So I think, I definitely think that I could see Breadmaster winning this more often. Giraffe has went to Frosty, but I think before that he hasn't gone to anything. I don't know. Breadmaster, this is his first offline, but he's played a bunch of online, way more online than Giraffe. So I think that counts for something in terms of, actual in-tournament first to 2 experience. Breadmaster is very strong at first to 2, I think. Okay, and yeah, you've fought Setsuka and Giraffe a bunch. It's probably 50-50. Okay, but either way, regardless, 50-50, that prediction here seems, again, about correct. Again, I think it's going to be the same situation with how I'm getting out of the top 8 winners. Party Wolf will probably make it out in top 8 winners. Be cool to see a Kilik Mirror, but I assume Party Wolf will play Cassandra if he fights you. And if he fights Giraffe, he'll probably still play Cassandra. And I think Party Wolf will most likely win. TN tournament, I think. It lost to... TN, was that Texas Showdown? I know they both went to that, but is that what TN is? I don't know what TN is. But yeah, Party Wolf will probably make it out of winners, and then whoever, again, loses here, I think will probably make it out at the top 8 in the loser side. So we'll say for consistency that Breadmaster is the one who makes out the top 8 loser side. So far we have me and Party Wolf in winners of this bracket, and Legit slash Dime, and Breadmaster slash Giraffe at losers. In my like honest prediction, from how much I know these players, because I know all four of these players pretty well, I think Dime will make it out. Will make it. I think Dime will beat Legit. Most likely, and then get out loser side. They might rematch, and I don't know how the rematch might go. And Legit is actually quite good at adaptation with a little bit more time. So I would not be surprised if Legit loses in winners and then wins in losers. So could be a coin flip between that. And I think Breadmaster will probably make it out top 8 loser side on the side of Party Wolf, and then Party Wolf will get out in winners. And that's basically, that's again basically what's being said here, right? If we go down to the loser side, it's like Breadmaster, Dime, or Legit, Giraffe. But so the brackets will, okay, right? That's how losers works. They won't rematch actually. If Legit goes down to losers from losing to me, like the bracket says, he actually won't fight Dime again until top 8. So, okay. Then I'll probably see it going this way then. Pretty much what the bracket says. I think Legit will probably beat Giraffe, and I think that Breadmaster against Dime will be very interesting to see. I have money on Breadmaster though. I think Breadmaster will probably win that. We'll go into top 8 in just a second. I have to go to the other bracket. I think we're pretty good here though. That's again basically how I think about it. Lastly, I'll just say it one more time. Party Wolf and me out in winners. Legit and Breadmaster slash Dime out in losers. Breadmaster slash Dime. I feel more comfortable saying that. Back to brackets. And this is the Klob, Kwong, Pheromontress, and Bozo bracket. That looks hella hype. Take out the projection for a second. I don't see that just yet. That looks really cool. Okay. Geitz. Not Geist, but Geitz. Not familiar with these two players, but we all know Klob. This is the Winter Brawl 2022 champion. He won Winter Brawl against a very handsome Shangwha player in Grand Finals, who reset the bracket on him, but he clutched out in the end 3-1. 3-2 actually. 3-2. It was very close. Klob is a Winter Brawl champion, so I expect him to do very well here. I expect him to have very little to no trouble getting to top 8 winners. When is CEO? It's actually this Friday coming up, so within the week. Now I'll bring up the predictions. Just wanted to see the top seed there. Okay. So I am dying to see that. I do hope that's how it ends up. Klob versus Bozo. That sounds awesome. Bozo, if you don't know, he plays Mitsurugi. Only Mitsurugi. Very strong player. I love his neutral. He's one of the most confident newer players I've ever fought. He makes decisions very, very brazenly. Like, he plays Mitsurugi, I think, the way that Mitsurugi should traditionally be played. I really enjoy his gameplay. And I think Bozo is strong. I think if anyone's going to beat him in this bracket, it would probably be Klob. And, I mean, before top 8, of course. And I think, again, Bozo will probably make it out on loser's side if he loses to Klob. I could also see him possibly beating Klob. Klob is, as a player, almost in design to a fault, where he's very stubborn. And I think, a player like Bozo could overwhelm Klob. I think Klob may be more fundamentally sound, but he plays a slower character like Astaroth, so it being Astaroth against Mitsurugi, I could say it could be more of a toss-up. But let's say for consistency's sake, Klob probably wins that and Bozo makes out on losers. However, there is a little bit of a stump here. Bozo has to get past Rids, and I know the bracket says he does, but Rids, again, very strong player, also a top 8 contender in my opinion. I think Tyra against Mitsurugi is actually quite good for Tyra. Both characters can't interact with each other at all. Their backstep, eviscerates each other's frame advantage. It's very difficult. I played the matchup mostly from the Tyra side, but I actually think that Tyra has, every, answer to dealing with that, because Tyra wants to lame it out anyway. She can just play super slow. But Mitsurugi's forced to come in because Tyra has the taunts and Mitsurugi doesn't. He goes far away and, builds a meter, but she gets, her coda game plan already, right? So like eventually Mitsurugi is the approacher, regardless of like the health. That's what makes like Tyra's defense so strong, right? It's like you have to let her zone you. You can't just be patient. So that being said, I don't think I've ever seen these two play. I think in terms of skill level they are about even, but Rids definitely has the experience advantage. Rids plays more offline and way more online tournaments. So would not be surprised if it went the other way. I think I'm trying to imagine the match right now. I think I would probably see Rids taking it. So that kind of contradicts what I'm saying around here with the whole Klob versus Bozo thing. So now if the scenario is Bozo beats Rids and fights Klob probably wins. Bozo makes it out in loser's side most likely and beats everyone else unless he has to fight Rids and losers, which he doesn't, right? But on this side, if Rids wins, again, I think he probably loses to Klob. Klob is, again, the more consistent person who's going to make it out here. And Rids probably makes it out because I think that the player, this is the most, this is the highest contention spot. Winners quarterfinals right here. I think whoever survives here is going to make it out. But that also, just reflects on, because I think the next side of the bracket, I took a peek at it, is the one that's a little bit more difficult to survive. Like if you win here, and you only have to fight someone from here, then I think you'll make it out. But Rids, in this example, right, he loses here. His match becomes someone from this side, and this is the scarier side, in my opinion, in terms of the density of the players. Pheromontress and Fourwind. Not to skip over the Omega match, I'll go back to it, but this is going to be the match that you have to play for losing that. So once you're down here, you're doomed. You're doomed because I think both these players are going to make it out. Pheromontress and Fourwind. Now, luckily for the person who loses that match, you only will have to fight one of them because the other one would have killed the other. Because Pheromontress and Fourwind is a match. But I do think that regardless of who you have to fight, it's going to be terrifying. Now, there is the likelihood of Fourwind and Bozo mirroring right down here. Mitsurugi mirror. They both only play Mitsurugi. Fourwind has a little bit of an Astaroth, and that's cool. But I expect Fourwind to win that. And on this side here, I expect Pheromontress to beat Rids. Pheromontress plays way more than Rids in online tournaments. Has been to as many offline majors as Rids, I believe. They both went to one. I could be wrong about that. And I think Pheromontress plays in a way that very few know how to actually deal with. Yeah, I agree, Jay, by the way, what you're saying about the tier versus... Yeah, 100%. The tier and Mitsurugi goes that way. Rids is saying he was Pheromontress. Now, we have never seen... I'm pretty sure you guys have never fought offline. Now, online, you probably do have a better win rate. But I do know that he has more experience than you online. The direct matchup, if you're saying that you win that, then good. I'm glad, because that makes it a lot more interesting, because again, I'm pretty confident that he will win that match. Just, again, trying to imagine how the match goes and just the structure of the characters, a character like Zossimel against a character like Tyra, as soon as your Tyra and your movement is limited, I feel like that your character is so much weaker. So much weaker. It's the same for Ivy and most zoners. A character like Zossimel is perfectly tailored to make your character play lame in a way that isn't that you can't generate damage from. So again, and Fremont just does that beautifully. He's very good at that. So either way, that's my prediction for right now. With my amount of information, I think this is correct. I think Fremont will make it out. Top 8 losers. I think Rids will, again, lose here. But it's up in the air, for sure. I definitely think that it is possible that you can survive here. And again, this only happens if you also lose to Bozo. If you beat Bozo, I think you'll just make it out from the Klob side of this, and then you'll end up in this match instead against Fourwind. So, honestly, again, it is not exactly much easier. I think that Fourwind, again, is a very strong player. He's played Soul Calibur 5 and 6. He's been competing for longer than me, at least. 6 or 7 years, maybe even longer. He's been playing Mitsurugi pretty much the entire time. A lot of experience, tons of experience, been to a bunch of majors. Hasn't played online too much, but he was in the Buminati League. And I think that he's a little bit susceptible to jank, kind of similar to Klob. So like, I wouldn't be surprised or blown away if Bozo takes it, but how janked out could you really get by your own character, right? If we're talking Mitsurugi mirror here, even though Bozo's style supports one that I think Forwind is weak against, I think it'll be very difficult to structure a way of playing that Forwind won't be familiar with. And if Forwind's familiar with the way you're playing, he's very clean. He has very good neutral, so I could see I could definitely see mostly Forwind going through this. So that part of the prediction I disagree with. I think Forwind will probably go out here and then Bozo will lose here on the top 16. So now we're going to take a look. The top 8. Just give me a minute. Oh, I meant to go back, right? You mentioned Omega. I was meant to go back to talking about Kwong here. Kwong and Omega are the same person, by the way. Just Kwong is his real name. In this little divot of the bracket here, we have our commentator here. He is a competitor, but we are hoping for Time to Duel to not make it very far because we'd like him to commentate as long as possible. So, cheer for my boy Blizzum here. And then we have Omega fighting Kingly and Darth Drac. Not familiar with these players. But my prediction is, again, how the matchup says here. Omega will probably make it all the way through here. Pheromontress would be very interesting if that's what happens. And Pheromontress does beat Forwind here, which is very likely. Because, again, I think the matchup of the way Pheromontress plays is very difficult for Forwind to beat. I think Omega versus Pheromontress will be a very interesting match to watch. That's one of the ones you definitely... Both of these. This entire bracket is super exciting if this prediction is correct. You definitely want to see those two matches. Hopefully on stream. I don't know if we're getting a top 16 stream, but that would be fantastic. I would really, really like that. I think this matchup probably goes into Omega's favor. I don't know his familiarity with the Zalsama matchup, but I think that will be a huge factor in his ability to win here. I think Omega is the stronger player with way more experience. Omega is old school. He may be tiny, but he's been playing this game since like Soul Calibur like 4 or 3. And I think Taki does very well against Ocelot. Her space control is the only thing she doesn't have, right? Like Pheromontress is playing Zasamel, he can contain her a bunch, but you're pulling in a character like into a range where she is optimal. Like she's faster than you at range 0. So when you're pulling in a character like Taki with like 3 AB hold, 6 AA, all this other stuff, and she has this I-10, this I-8, and all these tech crouches, and like all this stuff that is faster than your actions, the risk reward requires you to do bigger things. Like you'll have to do a tech crouch at like your frame advantage or like your slight negative. Like you'll have to do, you won't be able to like grab and stuff. You won't be able to like really push things that she couldn't just interrupt. And Omega's very fantastic at using Taki's interruption tools and just keeping the frames tight. So again, I would predict that this prediction is correct. I would say that this would probably go in Omega's favor, but I think this match will be very fantastic to watch. But I do see, again, just to review here, Claw making out winners, Omega making out winners, and then down here, Pheromontress making out losers, and 4 making it out in losers. Make sense? Who's playing Grow? There's not a single Grow player in this bracket that I'm aware of. Silverback Senpai is pretty good. Genesis Frenzy is also a Garrel player. I know that guy. I watched his streams like once or twice. I'm familiar with Joe Howe. I know Joe Howe plays Maxi. I fought Joe Howe a bunch unranked and stuff. It says here he loses to Klob. Very possible. Very, very possible that Klob will probably take that. How does Joe Howe lose here? To Rids? Rids, I think, practices against Maxi not often, but has had a lot of practice against Maxi. I could see this being correct. I think Rids may beat Joe Howe here. Joe Howe's path is a bit difficult. He has to fight Klob very early. I think Maxi is also very good against Astaroth, though, so... Because Astaroth doesn't have good risk-reward options into stances and stuff. And Maxi's, like, really good at multi-hitting the armor, right? And he has fantastic lows and stuff. So, we'll have to see. And again, that's pretty much how it goes. I think it's, again, Club, Omega, and Pheromontress, 4-wind. Prediction is almost entirely correct in my opinion. So now, we're going to take a look at the top 8. I actually didn't need to leave that page. It didn't really matter. Could have just went through here. Okay. Oh man, this looks disgusting. All right, before I start, I want chat's opinions on who do you think survives this entire bracket. Who do you guys think is just gonna win this thing? Win would be Pheromontress. Yeah. Again, I think it's just the way Pheromontress plays that. Again, I think 4-wind is a more sound player with more experience and everything. I just think the way Pheromontress approaches the game might be something that in a first or two especially might be a bit much for 4-wind. I could see him losing it. Here's what I'm saying. Apparently prediction seems to think so too. Tends to just explode himself. Is 4-wind good at killing players who explode themselves though, or does he want to, make them feel stupid or outplay them directly, right? Which again, like, I think sometimes, especially with a character like Zosimo, who's, a bit difficult to catch misplaying, right? Like, Zosimo doesn't even, like, whiff often. It's not even about the player, right? The character and design, I think it's very... I can't... I'm trying to picture, but I see a universe where 4-wind has trouble taking advantage of Pheromontress' self-destruction, in his risky plays. Club versus Omega Grand Finals? Possible, okay. Yeah, also, 4-wind, in all honesty, he gets quite upset at things that aren't consistent. Like, if something tracks him or something, and Zosimo is, like, one of the characters that just does that all the time, right? I could see him getting tilted, and possibly that negatively affecting his play. Linkor says, this tournament pretty plainly comes down to me, Klob, and Party Wolf. Huh? Now, it's interesting in this prediction. Party Wolf hasn't been in a major in a very, I'd say definitely over a year, right? Maybe longer than that because of just COVID and stuff. So this prediction is saying he doesn't even make it to the finals. He makes it to just lose your semis. But in my opinion, I want to talk about each match individually. But now it's a little difficult because I am in this tournament, right? So I don't want to count myself out, and I don't want to say I'll definitely win. In plain honesty, 100% honesty, I think the strongest player in this bracket, in terms of accolades, experience, and character choice, because that does matter, is Party Wolf. I think it's Party Wolf. Now, how much that matters? Quite a lot. He's one of... Well, actually, Klob, me, and him have all won majors before. But Party Wolf has won, I think, multiple. So, I think he's the most likely to win. But I do also think that I have a very good chance of beating Party Wolf. I've only fought him online. But generally, we're about 50-50, I believe, online. We've played a ton of matchups. We've played Ivy versus Killick. We've played Xianghua versus Cassandra. We've played Xianghua versus Killick. Played a bunch. And he's been on a hiatus. I've been practicing a lot. So I think that might even out the fact that he has more experience than me. Because he might be a bit rusty. I don't know how much he's practicing for this. But we'll have to see how that ends up between me and him. Now, that basically covers the first match, right? That's winner semis. Me and Party Wolf will be playing in a first to two. We won't meet in Grants. We'll meet earlier than that, according to the bracket, which is probably correct. I don't know. Definitely getting interesting though. I think it's gonna be really cool to see. We might also be playing a new matchup here. Again, I've been playing a lot of Geralt, and I've only ever fought Party Wolf with my Xianghua and my Ivy. So, a lot of toss-ups here. Let's talk about another match. We'll say for safekeeping that Party Wolf beats me. Okay? For the consistency. So now we go to winners semifinals of Klob versus Omega. Is that, to my prediction, is that what I said? Yeah, I did say that from the bracket. This would be Klob versus Omega, right? Does anybody have any input on Claude versus Omega? Because I've never seen this match. Not until Calibur 6 at least. I've seen it in 5, I think. I think Taki wrecks the shit out of Astaroth. Tech crouches up the wazoo. Not that tech crouches are fantastic against Astaroth because he has crouch grab, but like they're obnoxious. He has to directly counterplay them with like kind of a read. Taki has so many multi-hit tools. The armor is really annoying to use for the Astaroth player. She's super fast. Her soul charge is really good at engaging and really good at applying pressure to a character that's very slow. So I could definitely see him, getting overwhelmed by this character and this player. I think that both players are probably very familiar with each other's characters. Probably more so Claude with Taki than Omega with Astaroth. But I think this is going to be a show for sure. I'm trying to picture Astaroth beating Taki, like ignoring the players for a second, trying to picture the matchup happening, and like I don't know what Astaroth is supposed to do. So I'd love to see it happen, especially if Claude is the one who wins it. I'd like to see how you successfully beat Taki with Astaroth, because I don't know how it happens. It probably looks super weird. The Taki player has to play like slow and methodical or something, right? Like if you're overwhelming Astaroth, well, I don't know what his options really are. So I will say I don't see Klob surviving Omega's Taki onslaught. So I will say, for safekeeping there, that both of these predictions are incorrect so far. I think it's going to be Party Wolf versus Omega in winners finals. Especially first to two. I think aggressive characters that like shove mix-ups and pressure down your throat like win first to twos against like slower characters like that. Now, that's just like a general thing that I like to think, but that's only because, again, I can't imagine it. I don't think I've ever seen Astaroth versus Taki, and if I have, it probably wasn't at the level that Klob and Omega are going to play it at. So Linkor says, I would be surprised if Quan beat Klob. Now, if there's like a set I could look at, like if they've ever played, I would love to see it. But if they've never played and this is like their first time playing each other, I that's just my guess, right? And it's kind of a wild guess because I don't have any data, because these are two characters that don't get played a lot. They don't get played against each other pretty much ever, and and I think these players just don't fight. I've never seen them fight. But that's my prediction so far. I'm just thinking Party Wolf in winners finals, Omega in winners finals. We'll get on the loser side here. Legit and Breadmaster. For starters, I think this match heavily leans on which character Legit picks. Legit insists he's going to play Nightmare and Siegfried in this tournament. I talked to him about it. I think Breadmaster is very prepared for Nightmare. I think Breadmaster has match experience. I think he what up Forewind. I think he plays in a way too that is good against the Nightmare player mentality, and I think that's the way Legit plays. He plays very much to the I'm a very powerful character, I'll do very powerful things kind of style. I think Siegfried, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Linkors, I think Siegfried messes up Killick like crazy. I think Killick versus Siegfried is hilariously difficult for the Killick, and I think you'd be silly to not pick that matchup. I think Siegfried spaces out Killick very well. The risk reward is very good between like base hold and like the way the stances interact, A slide B. Killick just in general, the way he disrespects is not good against Siegfried. And Siegfried does more damage. The way you get more damage as a character like Killick are like ways that you don't really get to interact with Siegfried. Like if you're going to like 2-2-B hold lethal at something on whiff, right? Or 2-2-B something in general, and Siegfried's recovering in like base hold or side hold or something, you can just cheat fold it. It's not fast. It's not fast enough, especially not the hold version. So, Killick loses a lot of damage in that kind of way. I just think it's very awkward for him. So that's how the matchup goes in terms of characters. I don't know how Legit and Breadmaster interact with each other. Breadmaster insists it's 50-50, so I could go with that. In my personal prediction, of how I'm imagining the match goes. Again, really rely on that character pick. If legit picks Siegfried, I think he will probably be Breadmaster. Yeah, I think legit will be Breadmaster if he picks Siegfried. We'll end up in losers quarterfinals, and then Breadmaster will lose at top 8, getting 7th here. Saying Trash is Kill It, good season 1, but now it's just like okay. Okay. That's fun, yeah. I at least, like, again, like, I think it's at least favorable. Like, again, just the way, like, Kill It generates damage, it just doesn't, like, it doesn't work against Siegfried's, like, design. I don't know. Maybe, again, it's less apparent in the current season, like, these patches, but I don't know how much it's really changed. Alright, the 4th match. Bozo and Fair Munchers. Is this the match that's happening? If I go back to the polls here. Let me just quickly look at both of these. Is that the match I said I thought would happen? This one was... Oh, this could also be Dime versus Legit. That was the rematch I said that could happen if whoever wins here would just end up rematching here in top 8 as the losers match. So for the sake of saying Dime is possibly the one here instead of Legit, or instead of Breadmaster, because both can happen, I think it's also first to 2. It happens again. Legit probably beats Dime. And Dime versus Breadmaster is a bit difficult to say. I don't know Breadmaster's Valdo experience. And I think that will be very impactful to the match because it's Valdo and the character matchup checks you like crazy. But for the sake of saying that, I think Legit would beat Dime here. Again, it's a little bit of a toss-up like it is before in winners. But I trust if Legit loses to Dime in winners, then he will probably win here in losers against Dime. I don't have an opinion on Breadmaster versus Dime. I don't know enough. And then here... Let's look, because I know I said something about 4-1 too. Yes, right here. This is the match I don't think will happen. Not this one right here. I think Bozo loses in top 16 losers. Dies there, and then Fair Munchers versus 4-Wind is the match here, not Bozo. Fair Munchers versus 4-Wind. Yeah, like I said before, I just think, I think Fair Munchers plays in a style that is, like, super effective on 4-Wind's methodical, like, well-structured neutral play. I would have to just see it. Like, there's no other way to, like, guess it. It could just happen that the Fair Munchers just vomits Zoslamel on, like, just a neat approach to, like, playing neutral with Mitsurugi. Oh. Okay, well, you beat him in ranked, right? So that means you win this tournament then. So, Fair Munchers versus 4-Winds. Yeah, too much of a toss-up. I think 4-Wind is the more experienced, more sound player, like I said earlier. Better neutral, better understanding of the game's fundamentals. Fair Munchers, like, really knows Zoslamel really well. He knows matchups, he labs a decent amount. He's played in, like, every online tournament ever in these past, like, few months, maybe even year. So he has a lot of warm-up, but he hasn't played offline that much. He did go to Combo Breaker, though. So this is his, like, second major in a row. So he's a little bit more spiced up than 4-Wind, right? 4-Wind, what was the last major you went to? Yeah, I did say that. That's fair. I did say I do well against Pyro, but I also did say I've never fought him offline. And this match also, I assume, has never happened offline, 4-Wind versus Fair Munchers. So it's the only data I have. So it's also the only data 4-Wind has, so I'll back off. Although my matches were in tournament. They were in online tournaments, at least. Some of them Parsec. 4-Wind's talking about ranked. I'll get a little bit more leeway, right? Okay. You're such a hater, I'll ban you. Online tournaments. No, we'll say for consistency's sake. Because I think inconsistency in what is more likely to happen, 4-wind as the stronger player will beat Pheromontrix. So I'll say that. I wish I could edit this page so I don't have to be confused here. So far, to clarify, we have Party Wolf in Winners Finals against Omega XEN. In Losers Quarters, we have Legit versus Klob. Legit versus Klob, okay? Remember that for me. And then we have 4-wind versus Incendiate. Right here. 4-wind versus Incendiate, Losers Quarters, okay? Don't give into link. Okay. So remember that, because I'm going to forget. I already forgot. Let's talk about Winners Finals. Omega and Party Wolf. Who goes to Grand Finals winner's side? Taki or Cassandra? Party Wolf or Omega? I don't need to answer fast, but I'm a huge believer in Party Wolf's matchup knowledge, neutral, ability to be consistent in tournament in first to 2, ability to be consistent in first to 3, his experience. I think I see Party Wolf winning this, and I think even possibly convincingly. We'll have to see. Taki's again a very explosive character. Omega's the best Taki right now, at least in NA. So he's the best representative for how this matchup would play out. I've never seen Cassandra versus Taki literally in my entire life, never. And again, it's first to 3, so I think that explosiveness is something Party Wolf could adapt to. I think Party Wolf probably takes it, beats Omega in Winners Finals, sends him to Losers Finals. Omega gets 3rd at worst, and we have Party Wolf on Grand Finals winner's side. So remember that. Party Wolf Grand Finals winner's side against the winner of Losers Finals when we get there. How do you guys feel about that? You agree? Looks like Linkers agrees. Jay agrees. 4-wind is a maybe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that also Kwang I don't know. I actually do remember they played once, and I won't use this for data at all. In Season 1, Party Wolf versus Omega happened in April Annihilation, where Party Wolf selected Amy, and he got wrecked. And I don't count that at all, but I think that is the only time I've seen them play, and Omega did technically win. So, just throwing some shit at the fan. Okay, that's Winners Finals. Party Wolf wins it. Quarters. We have, possibly from Klob losing that, Klob versus Legit. Klob versus Legit. Siegfried or Nightmare versus Astaroth. Legit versus Klob. Oh, he started with Killick and switched to Amy? Oh, I think that is true, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. A little bit more valuable then to me. But yeah, Klob versus Legit. I will say Legit maybe go Siegfried here, most likely. Again, I think Legit should stay Siegfried the whole tournament, personally. But regardless of what I think, how is Klob against Siegfried, Nathan, in terms of matchup? Actual character matchup. Okay. You think Klob dunks on it. Now, there's always the consideration of when someone has high character matchup knowledge, there's a benefit, there's a pro and a con to it. Where they're so familiar with the character, they can't get jinked out, they know exactly what to do, and every situation, they're comfortable. And they play comfortable, and they're not nervous, and it goes very neatly, and it goes the way they plan. Astaroth beats Siegfried, Klob beats Legit. And then there's also the issue of Klob expecting Legit to play in a way that he's familiar with, right? In a way that Siegfried from Lane Course, for example, or whoever else Siegfried is experienced with, is what he's expecting, and then Legit comes out of the woodwork with a different playstyle, and Klob isn't ready for it. Because everything else here until Losers Finals is first to 2. So, this is definitely definitely like more, explosive again than it would be if the set was longer. My prediction personally is, knowing Klob and knowing Legit, I fought them both a bunch. I would say that Klob would take this. I think Klob will beat Legit. Legit will lose at 5th in losers quarters, and Klob will advance to loser semis in this match. And Klob says he's not concerned with Legit Siegfried. So, Legit, if you hear that, Klob is not concerned with you. Make him concerned. Now, moving on. This match. This is Incendiate, me, Jordan, versus 4Wind. 4Wind here, because 4Wind is the match that wins against Fairmonters here, in my opinion. Incendiate versus 4Wind. I believe me and 4Wind have not played offline in Soul Calibur 6. I could be wrong. I'm thinking about it. Did it ever happen? 4Wind, help me out if it happened. Nope. Okay. I think it also has never happened. We may not even have played an online tournament before. In an online tournament. Like, I think we've only ever played casuals. Correct me if I'm wrong there, too. I feel like we're never in the same bracket. And if we are, at least in the online ones, we just don't meet. And I think we definitely play casuals, like an okay amount. Like we play like once like every like month or two. And did we play in the Buminati League? I think we might have in one of them. I'm trying to think of like some remote data we could go off of. But I think we're just fresh to each other in tournament. I think we're fresh. Okay. Yeah, I think so too. It's hard to just blurt out what I think will happen, because it's me in this match. But we'll say for consistency's sake that I likely beat 4Wind here and advance to loser semis against Klob here. Okay. I'm not going to ask if people agree. That's what I think is going to happen. So, we have Grand Finals, Party Wolf winner side. Party Wolf Grand Finals winner side. Okay? Loser semis. The survivors of the brackets of top 8. Incendiate versus Klob. Losers finals. Omega is sitting there from winners. He lost winners finals against Party Wolf. So we're talking about semis. Oh man. Me versus Klob is a run back from Winter Brawl, where in total score we went 5-5. I beat him 3-2 in the reset. He beat me 3-2. No, excuse me. I beat him 3-2 in Grands. He beat me 3-2 in the Grand Finals reset and won Winter Brawl. Became the champion. Other than that, we have not played in Soul Calibur 6 bracket. I believe that is correct. It's a little too even for me to call. Klob is a player I'm going to prepare for. More so than I prepared for a Winter Brawl, because unfortunately I don't think that I was ready to go to losers as fast as I did. Now, I'm not really talking about me versus Klob, I'm talking about me versus Omega at Winter Brawl. I lost round 1 or round 2 to Omega XCN at Winter Brawl. And I went to losers very fast and I had to make a losers climb to get back to Grand Finals, loser side. That put me at a significant disadvantage against Klob. So there's that. And Klob is very strong, also very sound in matchups, and this is a possible different matchup, because I may play Geralt. Against Astaroth, the matchup I think Shanghua does significantly better, so we'll have to see how I feel at the time. It'll probably be Shanghua, if I'm being honest, but I may play Geralt. Just see how I feel on the day. Shanghua versus Astaroth, Jordan versus Klob. Super huge toss-up. I will say, in my point of view, I think I'll be more prepared. I won't be coming from losers against a winner. I'll be coming from losers against a loser in semis, and it won't be first to 3. It'll be first to 2. So I'll say that I think that I win that against Klob, and I advance to losers finals. Klob gets 4th, and losers finals will be me versus Omega XCN. Now we're moving on to losers finals, which now means everything else is first to 3. Incendiate versus Omega, Kwang. Shanghua versus Taki. Any input on that? So, for a little bit of data, people may not have known, I was in grand finals of both Combo Breaker and Winter Brawl. I came from loser's side of both tournaments, and in both tournaments, I was sent to losers by Omega XCN. Both matches, both sets were 2-1. Omega beat me in Winter Brawl more convincingly than in Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker, it was actually last round, where I was +2 for hitting him with a jump B, and he attacked with 4B, which came out at I-14, and I did 6K, which is I-16. So he beat me by 2 frames, killed me with a counter hit, and scraped it out and won, and went on to the winner side of top 8. I lost, I had to go to losers, I had to fight Infectious, and I had to fight a bunch of other people, and climb back. So, I went to loser's side of grand finals of both tournaments due to Omega sending me to losers both tournaments. So that's something to consider. Now, at Winter Brawl, I beat Omega in losers. He sent me to losers, and I fought him again in losers and beat him in losers of top 8 of Winter Brawl. I did not fight him again at Combo Breaker. He got eliminated before we fought again. But, considerable to say that if you consider those sets mathematically, he's 1-2, and I've 1-1. Now, me and Omega are notoriously 50-50. So if you think about it, he won winner side of Winter Brawl. I won loser side of Winter Brawl. He won winner side of Combo Breaker. So maybe it's my turn to win on loser side of CEO. So, we'll see how that goes. But, in terms of patterns, and us being 50-50, and me being more prepared, because I will be more prepared for this Taki player this time around, I will admit I'm not as sound in the matchup as I'd like to be. And I'm not as sound as against his playstyle as I'd like to be. Omega's a very unique, aggressive player, and I want to be better at it. So I will work on that before, this week's CEO. What's up, Ramon? So I think I'll be more prepared, and I'll say for consistency's sake that I win losers finals in this first of 3 against Omega XCN. I make it to grand finals against winner side Party Wolf, and it'll be loser side Deus Incendiate. Omega will lose and get 3rd place in that prediction. So now we're up to grand finals. Where Incendiate versus Party Wolf will happen again, as it happened in winter semis. Except we'll have more games to play with. It'll be a first of 3 and a first of 3 if I get the reset. Party Wolf versus Incendiate. We talked about it earlier. It was pretty much just me saying I don't know for sure, but Party Wolf is more experienced. But he's been on a hiatus, and we had to pick a winner, right? Now, again, it's me we're talking about. So, I've gotten 2nd place at Winter Brawl, and I got 2nd place at Combo Breaker. I'm not trying to get a 3rd, 2nd place in a row. I don't want to wear any more silver medals. I do not want to lose to Party Wolf in grand finals here. So, obviously, I'm going to work harder to make sure that I can take advantage of at least the fact that Party Wolf's been on a hiatus and I can fight him in grands. A little bit more sound than, I've been fighting him online, because we're again like 50-50 online as I am with Omega, like 50-50, and at least offline. So, if I work against Cassandra and Tyra, well, just Cassandra and Killick is what I meant. Cassandra and Killick. Cassandra and Tyra as Rids, not Party Wolf. He used to play Tyra though. I could very, very well see myself winning from even loser side against Party Wolf. This is Party Wolf's home turf. I believe he's from Florida. He's from Grand Finals winner side in this prediction. At least in my prediction, the actual prediction says I win. And it'd be more difficult if I actually get sent to losers here. But I could see either me or Party Wolf taking the entire tournament and getting 1st place. My prediction is, I'm me. I'm going to obviously say that I win CEO. I beat Party Wolf, he gets 2nd place, and I become the champion. So, that would conclude my predictions here. Just to review real quick. Survivors of Pool 1 will be Incendiate and winners. Let's just click this real quick to be easier. Incendiate and winners. Legit goes to losers if he beats Dime.
gets out. Party Wolf and winners. Breadmaster goes down here, and whoever survives that makes it out. We, for consistency's sake, said it would probably be Breadmaster and legit. Then we go to the top 8 here. Those are survivors. And then we have the people being in placing of Incendiate first place, Party Wolf second place, Omega XEN third place, fourth place being Club and loser semis. Tied for fifth, we have Legit and Fourwind. And then in the semis of the people who get seventh, it would be Pheromontress and Breadmaster. I think I recited that correctly. Of course I think highly of you. You're a very strong player. You fought a bunch. I have a lot of respect for players who've been playing this game, well, Soul Calibur in general, longer than me. And also I fought you, so I have a first-hand experience of actually how good you could play. So I hope you do a remote amount of practicing and labbing this upcoming week to be ready for CEO in some capacity. You can make this tournament a lot more fun for the people you fight. And I hope we get a chance to warm up and play at CEO against each other. That concludes the bracket predictions. Let's see what seating says directly. Oh, you can't look at seating that way? It sucks. Okay. Yep, I said it before. Hopefully, all things going smooth, and I'm as prepared as I say that I will be for this tournament. I will win CEO. According to seating, I also win CEO, so we'll have to see. I'm surprised that they seated me above Klopp. Seating may change. Klopp beat me at Winter Brawl. So I think that might be wrong. I think Klopp probably deserves the top spot, but we'll have to see. Maybe it's because I also got second at Combo Breaker, and Boom isn't at this tournament anymore. He was going to come, but he didn't. So maybe that puts me at 1, but either way. That's basically how I will see this tournament. I think this upcoming Friday will be very interesting. Actually, this is the 25th. When's the 25th? Calendar. Saturday, excuse me. So this bracket will happen, if this is accurate, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday. So Saturday afternoon. More tournaments need to do this. 4 p.m. pool. I like early pools too. Both have their pros and cons, but I do like just in general sleeping in. You know, just making sure I'm like completely well rested. You know, I don't like them being too late because I don't want to get back late and I don't want to be tired during the pool, but I also like the idea of it being like just in the middle of the afternoon here, 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. So no one's tired, everyone's ready. Everyone's time to warm up, get something to eat, and get ready for their pool. That's like really good. Good on you, Jabali. Thinking more results in club? Yeah. If that matters, then that would be why I'm first. Go any more tournaments? Yeah, that would be that, yeah. Okay. I think, again, that concludes it. I don't think I have anything else to talk about here. I'm thinking maybe I should stream some actual Soul Calibur. I'm thinking about it. But I think for now, at least, will probably stop here. I think this was a good, successful first stream. No one complained about the mic much. The webcam seems to be working. And yeah. How do you close these things off? Do you host someone? Like, how does this work? How do you even host? They host people. Where do I go? I want to host Dre. Someone teach me how. Jay, where's Jay? Where's Sinbad? How do I raid? I want to put this cool art up first. Like, if people didn't see it. I spent like 15 seconds on this. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Alright, how do I raid? Really, how? Can I do it from my phone? That would be cool. / raid Dratheon? Did that work? I didn't see anything happen. It worked? You seem so short. And I feel like nothing happened. Oh, there we go. Hey. So there's gonna be a timer. Okay. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Something. More content coming soon. And I'm working on the YouTube video that's gonna be Combo Breaker. So I'm reviewing Combo Breaker soon. So it'll probably be done after CEO. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.